Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
What is I here? And I want to talk about Halloween 2 from 1981, directed by Rick Rosenthal. I really like this movie. It's probably one of the best sequels, other than Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, to a classic horror film. It does some of the same things, but changes it up a little bit. Great example is the music. The music has a more 80s feel to it, but it works really well. I like the sound of it. I like how they change it up. The beginning of this movie starts with the ending of the original, with Michael having 6 bullets in him, Loomis looking frantically for him, and Laurie going to the hospital, already starting off on a pretty crazy note. The cast of the film, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance, doing good jobs once again. Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't have as much to do since her character is drugged up through the whole movie. When we see her, she still does a good job. Donald Pleasance does a really good job in this, just as good as the original. He even has just as many good lines and monologues in this movie as the original. The cast of the movie works really well. The staff of the hospital seems like they're an actual staff. They do a good job. Like to mention Lance Guest, who plays Jimmy. He went on to be in a movie called The Last Starfighter I really like, so kind of funny seeing him in this. And also would like to mention Jeff Kramer is in this film. Just for a moment, he's working on Ben Tramer's teeth. If you don't know who he was in Jaws. He played Deputy Hendricks. Also like to mention Hunter Von Leer, who takes over for the sheriff. I really like this character. It's really nice to see a cop helping out our main characters, trying just as hard as them to find Michael to make sure there's no one else that gets hurt. It's very nice to see this in a movie. It, to me, adds more intensity as opposed to a cop just simply brushing off, no, whatever. This is one of the things I really like in this movie, is that he takes Michael very seriously, so I think automatically that makes Michael more dangerous. Speaking of Michael Myers, Dick Warlock plays Michael in this film, and I think he does a good job. He brings definitely more anger to the character of Michael Myers, more than likely to match the intensity of the films coming on at this time. Also, one of my favorite things about this movie is they mention Ben Tramer, who Laurie mentions in the first one as having a crush on. Ben gets drunk and happened to be wearing the same kind of mask, and he is killed in the most crazy way. And it's just such a messed up thing to do to a character who really didn't deserve anything like that. He's an unintentional victim of Michael Myers. Yeah, I really like this movie. This is, of course, if you're going to watch the original, you might as well throw this on afterwards, because it's really just underneath it. Halloween is an A+ movie. This is a B+ movie. Check it out.